Ladies and gentlemen, the FamilySearch Global Tech Forum will begin in 5 minutes.
Friday night, it was late, I was walking you home. We got down to the gate and I was dreaming of the night. Would it turn out right? Now as the years roll on, each time we hear our favorite song,
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our RootsTech 2026 event MC, Kirby Hayborn.
Hello! We made it again, 2026. Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. This is the best part of my entire year. I'm so excited that you all decided to come back this year. And if it's your first time, welcome. This is one of my favorite forums. It's the FamilySearch Global Tech Forum. I'm Kirby Hayborn, and I couldn't be more thrilled to be here with you. This forum today is all about breaking barriers, whether they're technological, cultural, or geographic. We know that family history deals with the past, but it's also about how we connect today and how we build the future. Today we're going to hear about the latest tech advancements shaping family discovery, as well as how FamilySearch is helping us come together around the world. But also this forum is all about you. So we want to hear from you. If you have any questions about what you're hearing today, there's a QR code right up here. Scan it and send them in. We'll give you a little second to do that. And then at the end of this session, we're going to get to some of your questions. So, it's RootsTech, so use the Roots technology. One of the things that makes family history work and RootsTech itself so special is the things and the people that we remember. And now here to help us remember a special moment, help me welcome the President and CEO of FamilySearch International, Steve Rockwood.
Thank you, Kirby.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Before we begin today's forum, I'd like to pause and honor the life of Craig Miller, who passed away in July after a courageous battle with stage 4 cancer. Many of you came to know Craig through forums like this one over the years, standing on this very stage, where he shared where FamilySearch was headed, answered your questions, and most importantly, listened carefully to what you needed. For more than 23 years, Craig was at the heart of FamilySearch innovation. As Director of Product Management and Design, and then for the past 12 years, also Director over Engineering, he stood at the intersection of vision and execution. He helped lead teams that built the family tree, created the digital pipeline that's brought billions of records online, and shaped so much of what we use every day to discover, gather, and connect our families across generations. Craig believed technology was never the end goal. It was simply a means to help us all experience the joy of connection and belonging. He cared deeply about the experience, about making powerful tools feel simple, about welcoming the beginner while at the same time serving the expert, about simplicity as much as innovation. In an industry that's transformed dramatically over the past 2 decades, Craig was one of its quiet but powerful architects. While he never sought any recognition, his fingerprints are nearly in every major advance we've made. But even more than what he built, we remember how he built, with humility, steadiness, curiosity, and genuine love for his mission and for the people doing the work. So with deep gratitude, I hope you don't mind that we express our love for Craig and for his family and for the lasting impact he has had on us and on this work we deem even sacred. With that spirit of gratitude and purpose, now I am extremely happy to introduce Ryan Parker and Brett Weeks, our new leaders in product design and engineering, who Craig hired years ago and who now carry this work forward. So Craig, thank you. We love you and will continue the work with you in our hearts. Thank you, everyone.
Weeks, Director of Technology.
And I'm Ryan Parker, Director of Design and Product.
We're so happy to be with you today. Thank you for being here. What a beautiful tribute. We both knew Craig. He's dear to our heart, and we stand on his shoulders and so many others as we come together today. You know, Ryan, I was thinking, since FamilySearch's foundation and in its beginning in 1894, our purpose to assist people in their efforts to gather family records and preserve genealogies, and ultimately to progress to help families connect past, present, and future, has always been something that's very tangible that we all feel together. We've gathered microfilm, we've digitized books and records, we've indexed and made those searchable for people all over the world, and we've hosted them. And you know, in all of the countless people that contribute and participate to that, the expertise that they bring to the records and organizing them into families has helped us as a people understand who we are. And today, how we're connected, where we came from. And that work continues. It remains foundational to what we do. But today, something new is emerging. It's an era of AI innovation and discovery, and it is remarkable. We're moving from a world defined primarily by hosting of information and records to a world that is increasingly defined by access to the information. So, where can we go to gather information and to create greater understanding?
And that shift is being shaped by intelligence. We're not talking about artificial intelligence in isolation. We're talking about assistive intelligence, reasoning applied in service of human connection. Intelligence that helps close the gap between having a record and understanding what it means. And that changes everything.
Yeah, Ryan, it does. And at FamilySearch, we recognize this evolution and we're adapting our role. We're not just asking, how many records do we have and do we host? But we're asking, how can we help people share and discover information and connect together wherever it is? That means simplifying access across systems and people in the world, whatever the technology that they're using, mobile or web. It means supporting archives in preserving their collections, and it means developing access and models that allow us to have access to information that don't require every record to live on our platform necessarily. An access model like this lets us connect people to information wherever it is, on any site, in an archive, in a library, and in places that we have yet to discover. We're asking, how can we help? How can we help provide exactly what someone needs in the moment that they need it? In the future, we believe that the value is not just in what we host, but in what we know and how we help people connect.
And this is a fundamental shift in how we think about collaboration. For much of our history, we operated with an acquisition mindset. Bring records to FamilySearch, index them, and publish them. That model worked. And with the help from our thousands of volunteers, indexers, it produced billions of searchable records. And we're now moving toward an ecosystem mindset. Instead of asking, how do we bring all records here? We ask, how do we connect people to records wherever they live? An archive keeps records on their platform. We help people find them. A government digitizes vital records. We provide tools to make them searchable. A regional database has unique collections. We build bridges. That's not stepping back. That's stepping up to enable deeper collaboration with all of you.
Yes, I love that. And we've seen a major evolution in how information is made discoverable. There was a time when manual indexing defined how we unlocked collections. Today, advanced AI processing has enabled capabilities like full text to dramatically expand what's possible to find and to recognize value from it. Collections that once required years to index, we can now search in seconds and at great scale. It's remarkable. Capabilities like full-text search have changed how we serve people, but even that is still just a part of the story. We now see the industry integrating AI carefully, deliberately, to help expand discovery, provide intelligent hints, increase data quality, and apply advanced reasoning to arrive at conclusions and remove the friction in that research capability.
That's right. And let me give you a sense of the magnitude of this evolution. In the 1990s, extracting names from the 1880 US Census took us 17 years. By 2012, with volunteer help, we indexed the 1940 census in 5 months. That's 40 times faster. With AI, we're now processing at rates nearly 2,000 times faster than the pre-AI era. And indexing a backlog that would have taken 150 years, we are now on track for 90% completion in less than 1 year. But here's what matters. The opportunity isn't automation, it's augmentation. AI removes barriers, language barriers, handwriting barriers, scale barriers that made some collections impossible to index manually. But AI can't feel the connection you discover when you discover your ancestor's name. It can't make the judgment call about conflicting records. That's still for human contribution. And that's where intelligence becomes powerful, when it enables and elevates human discovery.
I love that. We're beginning to explore what may be described as agentic AI, systems that can take research objectives, evaluate relevant information and records, assist in structured and advanced reasoning to form a conclusion analysis. One way to think about this is how a family works together when connecting to the past. One family tries to understand their story. There's no single person that has all the context. One relative member remembers the stories. Another has some documents. Someone has the regional history and the background and the assumptions that we need to apply. Each perspective highlights a different dimension of the story and the history. Well, that connection emerges not from one voice, but from an integration of multiple perspectives shared together. Through this lens, we can look at agentic AI reasoning systems in the same way. Instead of one output generated in isolation, we can take and combine multiple reasoning lenses applied to the same content. Each lens evaluates the data and understands the different constraints. The lineage, the demographic, the geography, the historical context, all come together in the system to reconcile a perspective according to predefined rules. The result isn't just a conclusion, but it's data and documentation that we can see and read and validate. AI at FamilySearch, we're no longer viewing it just as a feature to be layered into the system, but we see it as an assistant to become as part of the foundation of the platform itself. Much like search became foundation on how people interact with records, agentic AI increasingly becomes valuable as the foundation to help people discover and understand their family together.
Let's talk about that responsibility. Much of the world now lives under modern privacy regulations, GDPR, CCPA, and others emerging constantly. The landscape evolves quickly. AI and other technologies move faster than regulation. We can't treat privacy as a checkbox. It has to be designed into our foundation. At FamilySearch, that means 3 commitments. Privacy by design. We don't build features first and add protections later. We ask from day one, how does this respect individual rights? Secondly, stewardship of trust. We hold records on behalf of families and archives. We see this as foundational to our purpose. Earn trust through governance is the final. Trust isn't claimed, it's earned through consistent, transparent actions. This is more than compliance. At the heart of all of this, the AI, the technology, we're dealing with family stories, personal histories, and the record of people's lives. That deserves our deepest respect and our most careful stewardship.
You know, Ryan, looking ahead, we believe that AI can assist each of us in making high-confidence decisions, in safeguarding the integrity, and in building accurate family trees, while keeping human judgment as part of that at the center. We see continued innovation in information discovery, facilitated by AI and other technology advancements that help humans make conclusions about families and with accuracy and with meaning. We envision solutions that help archives digitize and preserve their valuable information more effectively. And our role is not simply to adopt these technologies, it is to shape how they're applied in family history together in ways that strengthen the family connection and our collective and authentic human connection.
And this work is bigger than any one organization. No single institution can preserve the full tapestry of human family history alone. But here's what I believe. The next era will be defined not by the size of collections we host, but how wisely we connect people to information. That means collaborating on making all records more discoverable, building bridges between systems, not walls around data, providing intelligent tools that meet people where they are. We can't do this alone. We need archivists who understand cultural context, technology partners who advance AI boundaries responsibly, researchers who bring intuition no algorithm can replicate, and families and individuals who share their family stories. So here's my invitation. We believe FamilySearch has a specific role in this ecosystem. Bring together thought leaders, businesses, archives, and researchers who make family history more accessible, more accurate, and more meaningful for everyone together. The work is, and always has been, bigger than any one of us can do alone. What makes this moment extraordinary is the opportunity to apply intelligence, both human and artificial, in the service of human connection. We believe the possibilities are truly remarkable.
Well, thank you for being with us today. We welcome your questions through the QR code on the screen.
To introduce some of our exciting FamilySearch products, please welcome Sarah Hammond.
We've just heard a really bold vision for the future. A future where gathering records and memories is simpler and where connecting across generations, past, present, and future, is something anyone, anywhere can experience. At FamilySearch, that's what drives us. We want every person to have the opportunity to discover their story, bring the pieces together, and feel connected to the people who came before them and to each other. While the sheer speed and scale of all of this is especially impressive, what's really exciting to us is the opportunity for human connection. For the first time in history, technology can explore massive amounts of information, billions of records, countless images, languages from across the world, and make sense of it at breakneck speed. It can break down brick walls that have stopped families for generations, uncover stories that were lost or maybe overlooked, and connect fragments scattered across place and time into something whole. Most importantly, it gives voice to people who haven't always had their stories heard. Ordinary lives, quiet lives, lives that may have been unfairly forgotten. So, now let's move to where the rubber meets the road. You're about to hear from 3 incredibly talented leaders who are making all of this work possible. First, we'll hear from Robbie Parker, and we'll dive into tree integrity, and he'll show us how we're keeping the FamilySearch tree strong and reliable for everyone. Next, Michelle Barber will talk us through full text search and show how it's helping us uncover records and stories faster and easier than ever. And finally, Ian James will give us a look at AI Research Assistant, the tool that's helping us connect the dots and discover insights in ways we really couldn't imagine just a few years ago. And, of course, they'll all be just thrilled to answer all your burning questions afterward. So please don't forget to submit your questions via the QR codes that we have up on the screens. So let's get started by welcoming to the stage Robbie Parker.
Hi, everybody. I'm so grateful for the FamilySearch tree. Let me give you a few reasons why. 1, plugging into the tree allows me to see how I fit into the world. I'm able to meet living cousins via relatives at RootsTech. And I'm able to discover my relationship to famous people. I'm proud to be 7th cousins with Abraham Lincoln. Second reason for Family Tree. I have been able to upload photos, like this photo of my great-grandfather. This memory is precious to me, and maybe a few dozen other people. Attaching it to the family tree gives my relatives the best chance of finding that photo. I have also had meaningful experiences reading the life stories of those that went before me. Thank you to all of you who attach memories to the family tree. Third reason, when I started adding to the family tree in 2013, my mother's side had many of the slots filled. It's really exciting to watch my tree grow from the research of others. On my dad's side, many of the slots were empty. I got to feel the rush of connecting new pieces to the puzzle. Documenting the family tree of humanity is an ambitious project, and many of you have been helping build this tree for years. Thank you for the relatives, memories, and research that you have added to our tree. Occasionally, while editing my tree, I'll run into tangles in the pedigree. These are frustrating and can be difficult to resolve. I know that many of you have experienced this pain. We hear you, and we're working on making things better. I'm excited today to show you some of the concrete steps FamilySearch is taking to protect your well-documented research. Let's start by looking at the person change history, which you can access from the person details page. Our improved person change history helps you to answer the question, what happened to my ancestor? The new change history emphasizes what specific data changed, as well as how merges have contributed to the current state of your ancestor, like this merge that we'll drill into. Here, I can see which user merged, when they merged, and their explanation of why they merged. Looking closer, I can see that there were a couple questionable things about this merge, like the birthplaces being 37 miles or 59 kilometers apart. Another signal that this may have been a bad merge is that one John is listed as a butcher and the other John is listed as a stonemason. These improvements to the change history will help you to more quickly identify the root cause of the tangle and get you back to researching. Now, I want to jump over to another feature we're working on called guided merge. The goal here is to help us all make wiser merge decisions. Our early adopters are already experiencing benefits like previewing the merge in context. Also, date comparison. And the comparison of parents that you can see here. These warnings are resulting in 27% fewer bad merges. Let's jump back to the person details page. You may have noticed the edit guidance that we turned on in December. We put up some guardrails to try and reduce mistaken edits. For instance, if I accidentally type 1892 instead of 1882 for a birth year, I'm greeted with the warning pointing out these new conflicts that I will introduce. These warnings are slowing down bad edits by 21%. We know that change is hard, and we thank our early adopters for helping us to identify and smooth many of the rough edges on these new features. Through participating in FamilySearch labs and the FamilySearch community forums, you have provided valuable insights into making these features more effective. I hope you can see your fingerprints on these improved tools. I invite you all to embrace these tools. Try them out. Spread the word to fellow researchers and keep sending feedback. We're all stewards of this global family tree, and with these new features, it's growing stronger and better for everyone. To learn more, attend Kaylee Pence and Mary Ebert's class on tree integrity. Thank you. And now we'd like to bring on the stage Michelle Barber.
Hello, I'm so happy to be back with you today. I think it's our favorite time of the year. We can come and we can combine our love of family history and technology. Before I get started, I'm going to ask if you guys will indulge me and let me use my brand new toy I might have gifted myself for Christmas and pose for a picture with my AI glasses. So everybody smile. Got you. One more time. Smile. Got you. All right. I'm going to go add that to my FamilySearch memories as soon as we're done here. But today we're going to be talking on building on the momentum of the innovations here at FamilySearch and talk about a new era of searching and connecting like we've never done before. As we know, FamilySearch is a treasure trove of amazing resources, records that connect you to your family. You may even recognize that particular document that was just up. It's a beautiful land deed of Massachusetts, and we introduced that 2 years ago when I introduced a game-changing product called full-text search. Who was here 2 years ago? That was so fun! Well, the brilliance of full-text search is that it takes automated transcripting and it makes records available to you that had never been found otherwise. And as much as we loved seeing Craig Miller when he introduced that infamous labs coat for FamilySearch Labs, I'm here to tell you that full-text search is now all grown up. It's out of labs, and it's a full product on FamilySearch that anyone can use now. All right. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to refer to some feedback that we got very early on in 2024 from Andre Kearns. He said, "Using experimental search allowed me to uncover the resilient life of my enslaved great-great-grandmother, Millie. And I love this story for so many reasons. I love that he found his great-great-grandmother, who otherwise probably never would have been discovered in those records of enslaved individuals without full-text search. But I really love that Andre called it experimental search, because 2 years ago, that's what it was. It was just a big experiment. We didn't know if we could get AI to transcribe better and faster than we'd been doing with volunteers. We didn't know if all of you would even be interested in using it. And here at the Global Tech Forum, that's what we talk about. Pushing technologies, seeing what works, getting better and better. And I will be honest, I think it's safe to say that that experiment has been successful. We've heard from many users like yourselves who've loved this product, and you've helped us make it even better. Thousands of you have been finding the records of your families. You've been editing the transcripts, because as much as we love AI, sometimes it makes a mistake. And you've been sending us feedback on how to improve the experience. In 2024, I stood up here, and it was really fun to tell you that we let loose 100 million images for you to go search. And really, that kind of broke the metaphorical RootsTech internet. The next year, that metaphorical internet was broken again because our AI transcription had been working overtime to bump that number up to 1.5 billion images. So billion with a B was really fun to say. And now here I am just a year later to tell you that we now have 2.3 billion images available for you to search. And I was paying attention backstage when Brett and Ryan talked about how more and more are going to be added every single day. So keep checking back. And as a note, when we figure that each of those beautiful images, like the one I showed at the beginning, contains many names, sometimes quite a few, names of family members, people that you could be searching in, we estimate that's around 20 billion names that we've been made available for you guys to just go sift through. That's like 2.5 times the amount of people on the earth right now, which is absolutely mind-blowing. So you have a lot of work to do. And it's not just the amount of images we've added, but it's that we're reaching areas all over the world. We've doubled the amount of countries we're in, and we've doubled the amount of languages our records cover. And along with that, we're getting a lot better at enhancing our language capability. So we're understanding these documents so we can redact, index, and analyze records in ways we never have before. And while our transcripts are really quite good, like that one we saw at the infamous land deed, our transcripts, what we serve up to you after you search, are getting better all the time too. So once again, keep checking back. But of those billion records and billions of names, sometimes it can be a bit of an overwhelming success. Because we've heard from users that it's kind of hard to get down to exactly who we're looking for. So we've improved the way that you search, the way that you can filter. You can look by collection, year, place, and record type, all within those new tools, and there's tips up there to help you search even better. And a really awesome benefit of automated transcription is that it leads really well to volunteer improvement. So we've been able to migrate from our amazing volunteers indexing a few words on images to volunteers all over the world transcribing and improving the automated transcription from their phone or any device, wherever they are, through our opportunity called Get Involved. Is anybody here a Get Involved volunteer? Yay, thank you. Everybody else join. It's so fun because you can get there, and Get Involved utilizes volunteers who work together to make records even more findable, and it's really fun and pretty easy to do. So AI transcribes the text from a document. A user on Get Involved fixes an error in a name or maybe adds a relationship. Another user is able to find that record, and we keep working together. And we even have a Get Involved RootsTech event with a goal that you guys can all participate in if you come to our booth here if you're at the conference or online if you're not. And now, it wouldn't be a global tech forum if I didn't tell you about something new, right? So let's head back to FamilySearch Labs. You'll see we have a new experiment on there called Simple Search. It's where we are testing natural language search to give a different approach at finding words that contain the person or people that you're looking for, or even clues that can help you get there. It's in labs because, once again, we're experimenting in this process. We want to make sure we get it right and we understand. In the past year, I think many of us have experienced the power of having a conversation with AI to help us in our searching, how it can identify relationships within words and circumstances that we may have missed. And there are so many examples of how to use this. We've seen people just come in and type everything they know about an ancestor. We've seen users paste an entire obituary into this search and have it pick up on those wonderful details that make up the lives of the people we love and that we want to know more about. And, you know, I love sharing real-life examples. So I'm going to share with you one we had from a very early user of FamilySearch. He'd been researching an ancestor and hit a brick wall, which I think is something we can all relate to, right? So he came to Simple Search, and he added the following prompt. Search for Greenberry Wicks, born around 1872 in North or South Carolina. He died in January of 1945 in Gowdiesville Township, Cherokee, South Carolina, United States, and he had an alternate name of Henry Wicks. This user may have even used that little microphone there at the bottom right to just speak his search in there, which is so convenient. Should we see what he found? All right. We realize this is not always the case, but here, that very first result is the winning ticket. Just look at this beautiful newspaper from the Charlotte Observer in May of 1941. And I love that it's a little bit off tilt because someone thoughtfully scanned this newspaper so that one day we could read it and make beautiful conclusions. I love the pictures that bring this period of time to get to life. And I love that when, through keyword search, it connected this user to a really small section there on the newspaper. And it actually is a truly sad story that we learned about. And many of our ancestor stories are very sad. And in this case, it was a story about this ancestor who was in a really tragic accident. And it's just an announcement in that newspaper telling about what happened. But the miracle that Simple Search connected is that it provided names at the very bottom of that announcement. And those were the missing names in his family history research. So this user concluded his feedback with, using that obituary, I was able to find one of his brothers I never knew about. Simple Search already seems to be an excellent tool to use. And that's why we do it. This is yet another piece of feedback we received from a user. He told us, this is huge. This function just allowed me to solve a 140-year-old question, almost 200 years since his ancestor's birth, of who the biological father was of my second great-grandfather, as the info was lost with the passing of his mother. He found a record that was never before available. And now, I'd be remiss if I didn't share how vital it is that after you use these amazing search tools that FamilySearch has made available, you share those connections with our family tree. We've been working on new ways to utilize technology to make attaching to family tree even easier. We even have a new experience that you can go and you can opt into. You can use AI to help you put that information in the tree, and you can give us feedback about how it's working, because as you know, we love your feedback. And I'll just conclude with a reminder that as we begin to use these tools, and beneath all this technology and all the excitement and all the fun things like new glasses or whatever the technology is of the day, the most important thing is that we are connecting with ancestors who need us and we need them. We're excited to use these tools for the things that matter most. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to see you. My name's Ian James. I'm a product manager at FamilySearch. And this morning I want to tell you about some of our changes that we've had in the last year with our customer-facing, our patron-facing AI products. So first off, FamilySearch is very proud to have the largest collaborative family tree in the world. And we feel it an honor, frankly, to share in the great work of assembling that tree together with you. Thank you just to everybody for your effort, your time, your energy that you put into that tremendous undertaking. All of the customer research that we do has told us that one of the most meaningful, most powerful experiences that patrons on FamilySearch have is when they add a new name to the family tree. There's something special about that experience. And that's why, in the last year, we've been working to make more record hints available and to make them more easy to find and to make them more likely to extend and add new people to the family tree. So last year at RootsTech, we announced AI-powered high-quality hints that were available as an experiment in FamilySearch Labs. And if you haven't been to FamilySearch Labs, go check it out. There's lots of amazing things that you can preview there. This feature actually uses modern AI techniques to build a virtual tree for each patron. in the background, and then take the record hints that you'd usually get and rank them and prioritize those record hints that are most likely to add somebody new to your family tree. So these special tree extending hints graduated from labs at the end of January, so just barely, and they are now available to all of FamilySearch patrons right on the homepage. So when you see AI Research Assistant and those hints, those are the special hints that I'm talking about right on the homepage. This feature also now serves patrons worldwide. So those hints are available in your language and your locale, wherever you are. Since RootsTech last year, through just these hints on the homepage, 50,000 patrons have added more than 900,000 new names to the family tree. Most of that, well, I should say all of that, the product was still in labs, not fully released. And so even with that, that's a massive step forward for the shared family tree that we all benefit from. And so thank you. And we look forward very much to what will happen in the next year, now that it's fully released out front and center. We also continue to receive success stories from patrons, and we're glad to know that this feature is having such a positive impact for so many people. This person was saying, whoops, go back please. This person was saying, this has changed everything for me. It gave me hope that I could participate in family history research. Statements like that get our team out of bed in the morning. That's why we come to work. It gave me a place to start, and I've been able to add many members to my family tree through this help. That's the impact that we're hoping to have. The other place where you can experience or interact with the AI Research Assistant is on the person details page in the tree. We've continued to improve this and strengthen it. We've added fresh technology, fresh models that give it access to more information, more powerful reasoning, and it continues to grow and improve. We get good stories from it, good patron feedback from it, but there is a lot left for it to grow into and become. So keep an eye on the AI Research Assistant and how it can help you in your personal research in the tree. All of that said, we're very grateful for the opportunity to serve you, and we feel that the future is very bright. We hope that you share the excitement that we feel about what's to come in the coming year. Thank you very much.
Let's have another round of applause for all of our speakers as we welcome them back to the stage. Thank you to all of you who have already submitted a question. We've certainly got several queued up, ready to go. And I'm interested in finding out the answer to a handful of them. So I hope you guys are ready as they come on out. If you have any additional questions, or if you think of one while we're chatting up here, you can still submit one by scanning the QR code up here on the screens. We are so grateful for all of your guys' input that you give us throughout the year. These questions certainly help guide a lot of our conversations. So once again, we'll welcome out our talented speakers and we'll dive into these questions. All right, are you guys ready? We've got a lot, so buckle up. But one of the first questions that we had funnel through is somebody saying, I am new to family history and I'm interested in learning how to get started. Where are the 3 best places for me to start?
I can take that one. So one of the best ways to get started with family history is just to learn about your own family first. And so what we do for new users that join is we try to make it really, really easy for them to add what they know, and connect to our tree. Our tree is very, very large. There's 1.8 billion people in the tree. And so that's people all over the world. And so we try to help you add what you know, connect to that tree. And then once you've connected to the tree, you'll find all of these ancestors that you've never seen before. We have photos, we have stories. So we encourage people, the first thing to do is just find out what FamilySearch already has about you. Read the stories that others have added about your ancestors. Look at the photos. It's a really moving experience to have that happen. When I started using FamilySearch many years ago, the first thing I found was my second great-grandfather's letter that he wrote. And just reading his own words in his own handwriting was a big thing. So that's the best way to start, is just discover what we have first, and then we'll teach you how to do the genealogy and find the records and all those things. But learn what we have first, and that's the best way to get started.
There's something very humanizing about seeing the way they wrote and the way they spoke. How cool is that? I've got one for you, Robbie. So I think everybody who is, they've been using FamilySearch for a long time or they're just getting started, everybody wants to be a good steward of the information that they put on FamilySearch. What are some of the ways they can be a good steward?
So I think documenting your conclusions with sources, using verbose change reasons, explaining why you're making the changes that you're making, and just being kind of a good citizen, like communicating well with the other patrons, those all go a long way. So
document.
yeah, and just it's a shared experience, and so just being friendly in there helps.
Oh, excellent. All right, well, let's level set for a second. Can you guys please explain what you mean by agentic systems and agentic and AI and how that is affecting FamilySearch?
That's a great one. Maybe I can take that one.
Yeah.
Agentic is, think about it as a team. I love baseball, so I think about it in the context of baseball. You have a team of agents, and each team member has a role to play. And in that role, they participate in the game of debate to assess what is the information, what are we trying to accomplish, and then communicating through the manager to you as the user what we think the outcome is. The good part about agents is they speak in natural language, so we can read it. We can understand why they did what they did. Why are they recommending that this is the conclusion? What information did they assess? And perhaps, just as importantly, what did they discard? That, I hope, would help someone understand a little bit about what agentic AI is.
It reminds me of when I was in college and one of my roommates was texting a boy that she really liked, and we'd all be crowdsourcing how to respond to what he was saying.
That's it.
So it's like a community of people helping you out.
Absolutely.
So, you know.
But don't use it for dating.
Oh, no. It's a team effort. Here's another really good one. What is the best way for us to contribute to the tree in the age of AI?
I think probably the best thing to do is to get those really well-sourced records that you find and use our tools, like I was showing, to attach them to Family Tree. So you can put their names, and relationships are really key. And so you can say, I found this source. These are the people in there, and this is the relationships they have to each other, and because that's where the magic happens. Then we can connect you with other people and other families and start really making connections to new discoveries, and that's what we all like to have happen.
It's kind of where full text search comes into shine, too, where you get a lot more color to the stories.
Exactly.
Which actually, I have a question. What records are available with full text search, and which records are helpful to find on full text search?
Oh, excellent. We have all different types of records on FamilySearch or on full text search. We didn't just go for one specific record type. We went for more areas of the world that we could help cover, and the AI would lead well to transcribing. So go in there and start by an area that you're looking for, and they're adding all of the time. One thing I tell a lot of people is that the power of full text search, if you're trying to just get started, one of the best things you can do is research someone you already know a little bit about, and put everything in there. Go into that simple search and just say, I know about this great-great-grandfather. I know he was born here. And these are even if there's only a few things that you know, and you might get a record back that has some underrepresented populations in that record. Like a lot of women that weren't added in, reflected in other types of records would be there. Children that haven't been listed otherwise you'll find. And you'll find some stories in there that they didn't think were important enough for a journal, but are really important to their family story.
Again, kind of adding some color and some depth to those individuals.
Yeah.
Those are some really fun discoveries too. Let's see. Can you, is guided merge available in the app? Robbie, do you know the answer to that?
Yeah, so to turn on guided merge, you can just go to the normal merge experience and opt in, or you can go to FamilySearch Labs and opt in there. And right now it's a toggle. At some point it will be turned on for everybody. So continue to give us feedback so that it's ready for you.
All right, wonderful.
And specifically for the apps, the iOS and Android apps, it's not in that yet. We're testing it on the web right now, perfecting it. And once we get it perfect, then we'll put it on the mobile apps as well.
We do a lot of testing at FamilySearch. If any of you are familiar with FamilySearch Labs, that's a great place to see all of the latest and greatest of what we're working on, kind of get a sneak peek. Do any of you want to speak to Labs, maybe how your teams have used it and how we've gathered feedback there?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ian.
Sure. Full text search was on Labs for a long time, actually. And that was a great testing ground. It was a great proving ground. And we got so much feedback from people using it. That helped us know that we were on the right track. It helped us so that when we were finally ready to release it, kind of, on the main stage, if you will, that it was, we were confident that it would do well and that people would know how to use it and it'd be ready to go. And so Labs was great from our perspective, and also I feel like it gave our community of experts who were ready to use it and familiar with using it kind of a peek behind the curtain, and they did a whole lot to help other people understand how to use it too. They were very good evangelists, and they were very good just guides and mentors and teachers in guiding other people to the value that full text search had.
It's kind of become the standard for a lot of our new features and experiences on FamilySearch to go to Labs first.
Yep.
It's a great proving ground. Let's see. Can you tell us a little bit more about how FamilySearch protects data on the website? Maybe this is a good one for Ryan and for Brett.
Want to take that, Brett?
You bet. We do a lot to keep the site secure, and like every business that has to operate online, we standardize with audit and compliance standards that are broadly used across the industry. ISO standards we align with for security, data controls, encryption, and all of the things that you would expect at our scale and commercial availability to be used. So we have a rigorous plan. We go through it every year. We test against different scenarios, and then we report internally. So that's a really big part in a growing evolution of technology for us to continue to be rigorous with. Yeah.
I liked what you guys said during your presentation about, we don't just steamroll with things and think about privacy later. That's at the forefront of when we create these experiences or anything new that we introduce on the site. It's compliance and privacy and stewardship on our end as well. Yep. All righty. Let's see. Here's a good one. Can I easily upload my family tree from another site onto FamilySearch? Do you guys, oh yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing that we want to do at FamilySearch is make available information from anywhere. So if people have family trees that they want to share with us, we make that really easy to do so. We have a genealogies product where you can upload your tree from that you've created elsewhere. The way that you do it is you export your tree in whatever tool you're using, into a GEDCOM, and then we have a GEDCOM upload that brings it into FamilySearch, and then once it's in FamilySearch, not only can you share it with other people and you have the rights to decide who can see it, but you can also get information about your tree through record hints on FamilySearch. We provide those record hints. You can see what FamilySearch knows about your family in an easy way.
Wonderful. All right, well, we're just about at time, and I want to make sure that we get to this one particular question. You guys individually, what are you the most excited about for the future of FamilySearch moving forward? You can answer in any particular order. Go ahead.
All right. This is the easy one, so I'll take it first. I am really excited for our hints to get really great. So for me to sign in and have a hint that says, hey, Michelle, this new record from an area that your ancestors are from just barely became available, and we think it might have somebody that you care about, and we're going to have these awesome research tools help you draw conclusions. But you get to be, you as the user, as the person, I get to be the one to draw those people together and to make the relationships with them and to have those really exciting, personalized experiences. So that's what I'm most excited for.
Awesome.
So for me, I think I'm most excited to continue to watch this family tree of humanity grow and get more accurate and more filled in. And I feel like we may not have known how is that going to happen, and AI seems like the next step to help with that.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah, on those notes, I think that I'm super excited about FamilySearch Family Tree touching more people, right? We have millions of people who use FamilySearch every single year, and we have an opportunity to have millions, many millions more as there's more information available, and that comes from records, as we make more records available, but also as the tree grows. And an important thing for the tree to grow is that the quality improves over time. And I think that that's what AI really helps us with. It helps guide our users to be able to make the right decisions from the records. We've always, for many years, hinted the records to the users. Now we not only hint them, but can help them know what's the right information to add and to where. So the more people getting touched with better information, I think, is what I'm really excited about.
I think one of the things that makes me really excited is that with the ways in which technology is changing, the accessibility of data, of information, is expanding exponentially. And one of the most exciting things, in my opinion, is how much information that has been hiding in the shadows, that we haven't known about, that we haven't been able to make accessible to patrons, like all of that is going to come forth. And that makes me really exciting. Like Michelle was talking about, just in the last couple of years, we've taken 2.5 billion images that have wonderful data in them. And as Michelle was saying, many people who are underrepresented in lots of other data sets, it hasn't been accessible, it hasn't been searchable because that stuff, we haven't had good methods of making it accessible. It doesn't index well, like it's just not that kind of data. But because of AI, because of the technology that's continuing to advance and get better even now, like 2.5 billion of those images are searchable in full text search now. That's amazing. And I think that we're just seeing the front of the wave. I think there's a lot more to come.
And that's 2.5 billion with a B. That's mind-boggling to me.
It's a big number.
Brett?
I think in summary, this is historic in the context of evolution of technology, and the opportunity for us is to connect all of the people together through innovation, simply and with accuracy. And I think that's what excites me the most. I remember my first time at Emerge, and I'm like, is this right? Is this right? Okay. You know, we can make this with innovation and with the information that we have so simple and accessible to everyone. And that is just amazing. And I'm excited about that.
Wonderful. Well, it has been so great to be with all of you today and with all of our friends who have joined us in the hall. We are so excited for all of you to be here at RootsTech by FamilySearch. If you have any other questions or you want to connect with FamilySearch, please come to our booth in the expo hall, or you can connect with us online. If you're lucky enough to be with us here in person, you'll see plenty of these familiar faces, as well as teaching some of our classes. We'll see you back here soon for our first general session, and thank you again, everyone, for coming today.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Never mind the time and space between us, 'cause we're closer than you ever thought we were. Never mind the voice that says you're better on your own, 'cause it's not how we were ever meant to be. Come walk with me, and you will see a world that's so much better together. If you hear me, follow where your heart leads, you'll find me there, darling. Then you can see all of what you can be. You've known it all along. When you need me and you wanna break free, oh, I'll be there, darling. Then you can see like everyone around me. This is where you belong. Never mind the challenges before us, 'cause together we are stronger than you know. Never mind the thought that you were left here all alone, 'cause it's not how we were ever meant to be. Come walk with me, and you will see a world that's so much better together. If you hear me, follow where your heart leads, you'll find me there, darling. Then you can see all of what you can be. You've known it all along. When you need me and you wanna break free, oh, I'll be there, darling. Then you can see like everyone around me. This is where you belong.
I don't know how this whole business started, of you thinking that I had been untrue. But if you think that we'd be better parted, it's gonna hurt me, but I break away from you. Well, just give me the sign, I will be gone. Yeah. try to make amends, but you gotta love his friends, 'cause that's how much, that's how much, that's how much, that's how much. How's your life been going on? I got a wife now. Years we've been going strong. Oh no, there's just something that I got to say. Sometimes when we make love, I still can see your face. Just try to recall when we were as one. That's how much I feel for you, baby. How much I need your touch. How much I Don't cry, Susan. Well, he ain't worth it, baby, and I hate the way where he's been mistreating you. Well, if you were mine, you know I'd mend your heart and whisper words of love so sweet to you. Suicide, all I wanna do is make it when you go to turn so bad, turn your love my way. Suicide, can't you see I'm lonely too? Well, it's on Friday, I can hardly stand it. Baby, it's another night, but I know it's gonna make you cry. And I'll cry too, yes I will, baby, I'll try to hurt somebody. I'm so mixed up, I don't know what to do. Suicide, all I wanna do is make it when you go down so bad, turn your love my way. Suicide, can't you see I'm lonely too? Suicide, all I wanna do is make it when you go down so bad, turn your love my way. Suicide, can't you see I'm lonely too? Suicide, all I wanna do is make it when you go down so bad, turn your love my way. Suicide, can't you see I'm lonely too?
Every night she walks right in my dreams. Since I met her from the start, I'm so proud I am the only one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pre-show will begin in 5 minutes.
I know she's mine. Because the doggone girl is mine.
I don't understand the way you think, saying that she's yours, not mine. Sending roses and your silly dreams, really just a waste of time. because she's mine. The doggone girl is mine. Don't waste your time, because the doggone girl is mine. I love you more than he. Take you anywhere. But I love you endlessly. Nothing we will share. So come and go with me to one town. But we both cannot have her, so it's one or the other. And one day you'll discover that she's my girl forever and ever. Don't fill your hopes to be let down, 'cause I really feel it's time. You know she tell you I'm the one for her, 'cause she said I blow her mind. The girl is mine. The doggone girl is mine. Don't waste your time, because the doggone girl is mine. She's mine. She's mine. No, 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 she's mine. The girl is mine. Girl is mine. The girl is mine. Girl is mine. Girl is mine. Mine, mine. Yep, she's mine. Mine, mine. The girl is mine. Mine, mine. Yes, she's mine. Mine, mine. Don't waste your time, because the doggone girl is mine. Girl is mine.
Michael, we're not gonna fight about this, okay?
Paul, I think I told you. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I've heard it all before, Michael. She told me that I'm her forever lover, you know, don't you remember?
Well, after loving me, she said she couldn't love another.
Is that what she said?
Yeah, she said, you keep dreaming.
I don't believe it. No,
The girl is mine.
no, mine.
You're mine.
She's mine, 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 mine.
The girl is
Everybody's high on consolation. Everybody's trying to tell me what is right for me. My daddy tried to bore me with a sermon, but it's plain to see that they can't comfort me. Sorry, Charlie, for the imposition. I think I got the strength to carry on. Yeah, I need a drink and a quick decision. Now it's up to me. What will be? She's gone. I better learn how to face it. She's gone. I pay the devil to replace her. She's gone. And she's gone. What went wrong? Get up in the morning, look in the mirror. I'm worn as a toothbrush hanging understand. Yeah. My face ain't looking any younger. Now I can see love taking her toll on me. She's gone. She's gone. I better learn how to face it. She's gone. She's gone. I pay the devil to replace her. She's gone. What went wrong?
Ladies and gentlemen, your MC for RootsTech 2026, Kirby Hayborn.
Hello! RootsTech 2026. You guys, we made it! And this is excellent early 2000s music that's making a resurgence. This is a pre-show. This is to get the energy going. This is a fun, exciting time that we get to be here, and I'm so glad to see so many beautiful faces. I would like you to pull out your phones if you can. Okay. Here we go. Right here. Is this the right one? There we go. Okay, so if you have the Family Tree app, does that work? I'll let you guys come to me. Can you see that? There's so much smoke here. That makes me look younger. People say, Kirby, how do you look so young? I always have a smoke machine. So if you go into the Family Tree app, we'll do it over my shoulder maybe. And if you go to Relatives Around Me, this is my favorite thing. If you click Relatives Around Me, then down at the bottom it says Scan for Relatives. I'm gonna come out and see who's my closest relative. And we may or may not hug. So here we go, I'm gonna scan, and I'm gonna come on out here. I have a fourth cousin, Kevin K. Are you here, Kevin? If you are, shout out. Kevin, I'm coming to you. You're my cousin. We're fourth cousins. Where are you, Kevin? Oh, I see you. You're in the good seats. As you guys are coming in, we're so glad you're here. Kevin, where are you? Did you know we're fourth cousins? Well, let's see how we're cousins. This is the same bit as last year is what he's saying. Well, come here and give me a hug, cousin. This is exciting. Where did you come from?
Well, we're close. We're in, we live in Syracuse.
Syracuse. Come here. Look at that. We made a connection.
And you know what the connection is?
What?
Through our great-great-grandparents.
Let's see.
Uh-huh.
Great-great-grandparents.
Uh-huh. Your great-great-grandfather,
yes,
is the brother to my great-great-grandmother.
Look at this, and what a name. John Steele.
Yep, that's our
And look at this amazing name. I think we talked about this last year, I remember.
Yeah, I remember, huh?
My great-great-great-grandpa is Mahanrai Moriankamer.
Yeah. And
that's an inside joke.
And the sister, young Elizabeth Steele, was the first baby born in Salt Lake City when the pioneers got here in 1847.
Look at that heritage that we have. Give us a round of applause. We're cousins. Okay, let's see. I'm going to scan again. And then we've got another fourth cousin. It says C. Brent Cowley. Are you here, C. Brent? Well, we're related. We're close. And then we got Guy Glenn Hill. Where are you, Guy? Way back there. Let's see how we're related. If you look up on the screen, through my mom, it looks like it's through your mom too. The Allens and Hutchinsons. They come from Kentucky. How exciting is that? Is anybody else finding relatives close by? What's the closest one that you have? She's just learning how to do a phone. Okay.
Fourth cousin.
Fourth cousin.
Lori King.
Lori King. And what's your name?
Jerry Davis.
Jerry Davis and Lori King are fourth cousins. That's so exciting. Who else has a closer connection either to me or to someone here tonight or today that's closer than fourth cousins? Anybody? Oh, right back here. How close? What's your name?
I'm Kay Little, and I have a Steve Bowles or Bowles. That's my third cousin.
Third cousin? Steve Bowles, are you here?
How are you?
Oh, he's over. Look at this. Steve, I'm over here. Look in the middle. Right here. You guys are cousins. That's the coolest thing. That's the greatest thing about relatives at RootsTech, too. If you guys haven't signed up, make sure you do that. I think I've got like 20,000 people. I'm going to click this really quick. And 20,588 of my relatives are here. Isn't that amazing that we all come from that? I see a young lady raising her hand. We're third cousins, or you have somebody? I love it. I love it. She's got a bunch of cousins. Yes.
I've got Tracy. She's a third cousin from Alberta, Canada. I'm wondering if she's here.
Tracy, it's just one name. She's looking for you, wondering if you have any validation for her parking. That's what cousins do, right?
Yes. Tracy's from Alberta, Canada, and my mom and her mother used to get together at trips to Oregon and to Canada.
Look at that. And what's your name?
My name is Susan.
Susan. Look at this connection. Is that Tracy over there?
Tracy.
Look at this. It's like in a movie. Tracy, I'm here. I love it.
Second cousins.
You've got a second cousin.
I got several second cousins here. By the way, you and I are eighth.
We're eighth, okay. That's enough to ask for $5, right?
My second cousins here are Christy Lynn Perkins, Calvin Kenny, Sherry Mills Johnson, Eric Mather, Erica, and Sabrina, and Lynn et Huddleston.
And what's your name?
I'm John Sargent.
John, so many people. You've got a first cousin. Did you know him, or is this a first discovery?
No, I know her mother very well. My cousin Sarah Maud Heath. Are you here?
Sarah Maud Heath. And what's your name?
Karma Dunn Composano.
What a beautiful name. Karma Dunn Composano.
Yeah.
Is that Italian?
No, he's from Ecuador.
Ecuador.
But I served my mission in the Dominican Republic.
You did?
Yes.
I did too.
Yes, I know.
That's so great. I love the connections we make. That's what this is all about. Make sure you're not just here. I mean, it is about the technology. That's why we're here. It's called RootsTech for technology. Are we second cousins? I love it. Oh, but not me. She almost claimed me, but then she said, no, I'm not ready for that type of commitment yet. Okay, hello. Okay, I did not go to Boise. Yes. Okay, so this is what I was saying, is that RootsTech is about the technology, and that's how we see how we're connected, but more importantly, it's about the connections. So don't just be in this sea of people. We're a sea of cousins here today. Feel that connection, find that connection, make that connection, and just love each other. I love you too. Okay, we're gonna start. Get ready. There are people watching, millions online, so make sure they're jealous that we're here in person, okay? Lots of energy, lots of excitement. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back in just about 5 minutes. Thank you guys. It's RootsTech 2026. Woohoo!
Every family has its stories.
I'm from Georgia, y'all.
Some told again and again.
They were shocked.
The way only he can tell them.
Yes. Not this case.
The recipe no one else can get right.
Mine always turns out super dry.
You have to feel it. The letters he mailed home every week. Oh my gosh, you look just like him. The song that means we're together. These aren't just moments. They're memories.
Yes, it is, Grandma and Grandpa.
My years in the Air Force.
Memories that define your family and make it what it is today.
Let me tell you about how I met your grandmother.
When you add what you know on FamilySearch, discovery begins. And your family story grows. Start celebrating your family story today and forever at FamilySearch.org.
smile for the camera, I know I love you better. Hey, it will come back to you. Hey, it will come back to you. Then the shutter falls, you see it all revealed. It's your favorite foreign movie. I like your picture. I keep it with your letter. Done up in blueprint blue. It sure looks good on you. And when you smile for the camera, I know I love you better. Hey, it will come back to you. Hey, it will come back to you. Then the shutter falls, you see it all revealed. It's your favorite foreign movie. It will come back to you. Hey, it will come back to you. Then the shutter falls, you see it all revealed. It's your favorite foreign movie. It will come back to you. Hey, it will come back to you. Then the shutter falls, you see it all revealed. It's your favorite
Never mind the time and space between us, 'cause we're closer than you ever thought we were. Come walk with me, and you will see a world that's so much better together.
What's your favorite food that brings your family together?
Kare-kare.
Pizza?
Cachupa.
Lasagna.
Comida portuguesa. Massa.
La raclette.
Turkey dinners.
Ice cream cake.
Pollo e patate. La domenica. Rigorosamente la domenica.
What's a family tradition that makes you smile every time you think about it?
I'm going to get emotional right now just thinking about it.
Every Christmas kasi kailangan kompleto yung family.
At Christmas, when we get to open our presents.
Christmas time, singing Minuit Chrétien, which is a song that my grandpa used to sing.
My absolute favorite is getting a brand new nutcracker. Every Christmas, there's this whole shelf of nutcrackers.
Me and my family, we do like a big Thanksgiving host and dinner.
We all go around the table before we eat the turkey and stuff and say what we're grateful for.
Birthdays. Every birthday, we have a special happy birthday song.
Quelle est ton activité préférée en famille?
Unir a família toda. À mesa é sempre o melhor momento para partilhar.
Bangin.
Ja, Baden gehen ist schön, gell?
Like, we love going on like little outings and family trips.
I don't know, I think hockey brings my family together a lot because
very Canadian.
Yeah, spending quality time with each other.
Bah, j'adore quand on va au spa, surtout quand tu rigoles parce qu'on te masse les pieds. C'était trop chatouilleuse.
It's All Saints Day and we're going to cemetery. One thing I love it is because we're also complete visiting our loved ones, also those who passed away.
Se tu potessi incontrare un tuo antenato, chi sarebbe e cosa gli chiederesti?
Il mio bisnonno, anche se non è una cosa bella da chiedere riguardo l'esperienza che ha vissuto durante la guerra. E tu?
Querría Conocer a mi bisabuelo. Él vivió hasta 111.
Hostia, 111 años.
Yeah. ¿Cómo fue su vida?
¿Y si le gustó tanto vivir tantos años?
Y si le gustó vivir tantos años, o era como, ya está.
Por favor.
Ya, llévame.
You got grandkids. What's
I have 2 grandchildren.
and what's one thing you'd like to tell them? I mean,
So I'd like to tell her, yes, just to be optimistic, just keep dreaming. Don't stop and look back all the time, but keep going and keep doing, keep trying.
What does family and belonging mean to you?
You're together, one, no matter what. In good terms and bad terms, you talk about everything together.
I think it's very important to be with your family, you know, eating together. It means a lot.
I lost my dad 2 years ago, and the role of family for me has evolved so much beyond just people who love me, but people who are able to witness me in some of my most vulnerable chapters in life.
Familia para mí es amor incondicional. Me voy a emocionar.
Emocionate, si lloras, lloras.
Vivir lejos de ellos es difícil. Es que significan todo para mí.
Who in your life has helped you to get to where you are today?
Nanay ko, kasi single mom si Mami. Bata pa lang iniwanan na kami ng tatay ko. Then hanggang paglaki namin, siya yung nagpupursige para kung asan man kami ngayon. Siya yung laging nakasupport sa amin.
For me, it's my wife, Donna. She's always there for me, and that moves me through life.
Yep, that's the best kind of person to have.
Yeah.
Who in your family inspires you the most? Definitely my aunt. She was a breast cancer survivor, and she was diagnosed 3 times. And
really?
She was able to overcome her battle. So she really inspires me because she's taught me to never give up.
That's really inspiring. Yeah.
Can I hug you?
So much better together. If you hear me, follow where your heart beats. You'll find me there, darling. Then you can't see like everyone around me. This is where you
Please welcome to the stage CEO of FamilySearch International, Steve Rockwood.
Welcome to RootsTech 2026. It's so good to be with all of you here in Salt Lake City, and it's remarkable knowing that millions from around the world are joining us online to learn, grow, and to celebrate family discovery. I love that together is our theme this year. On the heels of the Winter Olympics and with the upcoming World Cup, RootsTech is yet another opportunity for the world to come together. And as we just saw in the video, it's always better together. So in the spirit of better together, I have asked a member of my own family to join me today. And why? Because for more than 31 years, she's mastered the art of bringing young people together to accomplish incredible things. As the head coach of the women's soccer team at Brigham Young University, she has received 9 Coach of the Year awards, and her teams has qualified for, get this, 26 out of 31 seasons for the NCAA tournament. And then this also is amazing. She is the winningest active female head coach in NCAA women's soccer history. So ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to my first cousin and coach of this year's Big 12 tournament champions, Jennifer Rockwood. thank you so much for coming, Jennifer. You can see how excited everyone is.
Wow, this was amazing. What a group. It's fantastic.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, while this is the first time Jennifer and I have ever been on stage together, this is not the first time we've been in front of a camera together. So, Jennifer, I wanted you to tell me if you've ever seen this photo before.
No, I haven't seen that picture. That's awesome. Look at me.
And there we are.
Is that me and you? Look at that. I have not seen that. It's awesome.
This is one of the unique times when your family from Oregon, mine from Colorado, came to Utah with the rest of our cousins.
Yep.
And remember, we were Grandma's little pigeons.
Yep, Grandma Pink. We were her little pigeons. We were the outliers. We were the families that didn't live in Utah.
That's right.
So.
Well, I'm glad you hadn't seen that before.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I found this in my mother's closet just a week ago.
It's amazing what you can find. Yeah, it's awesome.
So, Jennifer, we invited you to RootsTech today because when I think of together, like we saw in the video, and this powerful idea of better together, I think of you. Better together isn't just a phrase, it's your job.
Yeah, it is a job. And one of the biggest things of my job is bringing young people together. That's the biggest part. I do it all the time. And seeing that video really resonated with me because it captures what coaching is all about. Building a great team starts with building positive relationships and a positive environment. Our staff and the girls, they create a culture of hard work, relentless focus, and a commitment to discipline. We all come together by knowing and trusting and choosing to believe in each other. And that belief unites players around a shared vision of what we're all trying to achieve. And teams that come together with love and respect can accomplish so much more than if we were a group of individuals. One year, we even used the term better together as our team motto and our major core value. And even today, the BYU Women's Athletic Department uses that phrase, better together, as their motto.
And I want you to know, I didn't know that until yesterday. So this is incredible. Are you serious about this?
Yes, every year, every fall, we have the annual fall dinner for all of the women athletes to celebrate that we are just so much better together and that we're here to support each other. And that belief unites people around a shared vision of what we're trying to achieve and what we want to become. And everyone needs to understand the why behind the work and the grind. And when your why is clear, that shared purpose becomes a force that can turn a group of talented individuals into a championship team.
Okay, so you speak of the why. What's the why for you and the teams that you lead?
I think much of the drive and the why comes from our group, our team, and our players representing Brigham Young University and being part of something so much bigger than ourselves. We tell recruits that they'll grow not just as an athlete, but they will be in an environment to become the best versions of themselves, both on and off the field. And knowing this can be very powerful. It can lead to things that once felt very impossible. And once you know your why, then you can set high goals. You can start constructing the process of how to get there. For example, a process in our attack is to score first, score early, and score again. We have that written in our team room. I talk about it before each game. We like to score goals, and we have proven that if we can make that happen, the odds of us winning are very high.
It's obviously working. Now, when you say that accomplishing things that felt impossible, and I'm sure many others are reminded of a very specific game when you're in the Elite Eight playing against the University of North Carolina.
Yes, it was fantastic. The miracle.
Tell us about it.
Yeah. The games in the NCAA tournament are win or go home. We had a really special year. We were a #1 seed. We were playing at home on Southfield. And I would have never anticipated halfway through the game that we would be down 3-0 at halftime. And typically in soccer, you do not recover from that kind of score. And the winner of that game was going to the Final Four, which we had never been to yet in our history. So I tried to remind the girls that we were currently the leading goal-scoring team in the country. And there was no reason to think that together that we could overcome the deficit and win this game. So I love the example that we're going to talk about and see, because it shows that when It shows that things can happen when everyone believes and fulfills and plays their role. A goalkeeper can make a crucial save. A defender steps up to clear the ball. We even have nice graphics. The forward delivers the goal, and every contribution matters. When players believe in their role and they believe it's essential, momentum can shift and the impossible can happen.
I love that. Goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, and forwards all doing their own part and add what they know to the effort. In a way, we have the same in the family history industry. And they're all here, by the way, at RootsTech.
That's awesome.
So the goalkeeper and the defenders protect what matters most. They're the archivists, the historians, the memory keepers who protect the past. And without them, there's no game to play at all. You said the midfielders connect the play. These are the census takers, the photographers, the digitizers. They're linking the preserved past to the present. And then there are the forwards. They take what's been defended and advanced down the field and they convert it into a goal. These are our industry friends, the genealogists, the technology providers who turn these preserved and captured information into moments that create joy. So every line must play its unique role, aligned to the common vision to bless lives. Now, Jennifer, as you know, we have a video clip of the North Carolina game. So should we watch it?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go.
Big game.
The quarterfinals of the NCAA tournament, the Elite Eight as 3-seed North Carolina is in Provo to play 1-seed BYU for a spot in the 2023 College Cup.
Conceding 3 goals within the first 20 minutes, the Cougs came out of halftime trailing by 3 against one of the top programs in the country. Their keeper kept them in it, but could BYU pull off the comeback?
Good tackle there by Vaca.
Sentinor gets to the left, crosses Hernez. Katoa deflection. In the box to goal! BYU's on the board! Bellafolino! Mozingo! Into the goal! BYU's within 1! Hope reigns! Lawbrook! What a save! We are tied! From down green to the left foot! This thing's over! BYU just came back down 3-0! We witnessed a miracle tonight in BYU history.
Absolutely incredible.
That was years ago, and it still gives me chills. That's amazing. What in the world did you tell them at halftime?
It was a magical game for sure. I walked into the team room and I wrote 75 on the board. And I told them that's how many goals that they had scored already this season. And that there was no reason that they couldn't believe and couldn't score 3 or 4 more. I reminded them if we focused on our process, if we dictated the tempo for 45 minutes, and if everyone did their role, that we could change the momentum and expect to win this game. And Lynette made some amazing saves. Jamie defended, Brecken shined like crazy, and Liv scored the winning goal with just minutes left.
That is so cool. Ladies and gentlemen, I think of the family history industry as a World Cup soccer team. Soccer is the world's game. It's played in every nation, across every culture, in packed stadiums and in dusty fields alike. The rules and the goal are always the same, and the joy is the same, no matter the language spoken in the stands. Family history, as you know, is just as global. Every culture has ancestors. Every nation keeps records. Every family has stories. And everywhere in the world, when someone discovers who they are and where they come from, the feeling of joy is universal. I want to thank each of you for creating the environment and culture of trust and respect that Jennifer mentioned in this industry. While the upside of the industry is incredible, at times we can actually feel like we're down 3-0 in trying to achieve the impossible as we navigate through the opportunities and the challenges of digital transformation, sustainable funding, changing privacy laws, and how to responsibly apply AI to all of the aspects of the work. But just like Jennifer's team, we will navigate through all of that with success as we move forward together. Now, Jennifer, the video showed us the power of discovering connection when two people simply take time to ask each other a few questions. So let's do the same.
All right,
let's go down here.
Ready?
And I'm just going to ask you the one question over and over again, okay? We're going to play a little game, all right?
Okay.
I'm going to show you a series of photos, and the question is, like the one I showed you before with the two of us, have you seen this? Okay, so look over this screen. Ready?
Yep.
Have you seen this? Or that? Or that?
I have not. I think I've seen the hunting one.
The hunting one,
Yes.
okay.
I haven't seen the other two, though.
So these are the three brothers of the Rockwood family. Your dad is the favorite young one, right?
Yep. Those young ones are always troublemakers, though. Like,
I think he was like 12 years younger than my dad.
wow, yep.
My dad's next to him with the brown hair, and then the oldest brother's LeVar.
Right.
And you see how they grow up, and then there's the wonderful Aunt Diane.
Yes.
Amongst the
best.
three boys,
yes.
He is the best.
That's where we always stayed. We hung out at her house when we came to visit Grandma Pink. And Diane, yep.
And there they are, I believe, on a hunting trip.
Yes, I have seen the hunting, although I can't imagine my dad hunting. that doesn't go together very well. But my youngest brother does it now. None of the
honor
rest
his
of us.
ancestors.
That's right. Yep.
And to probably honor his major ancestors who got to the top of the food chain.
Right.
So, I found these in the same closet as I did the other one.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now here for all of us to work together, armed with the power of AI, to help my mom and all the other grandmas and grandpas of the world to add what they know that are stored away in literally millions of closets out there. I'm the CEO of FamilySearch. This was 1 block away, and I didn't discover it until this week.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, Jennifer, let's keep going.
Okay.
Have you seen this?
I haven't. Nope.
Okay. How about this?
No.
Okay. This is Bent Peterson, your great-great-grandfather on your mother's
Mom's side.
Right, Aunt Kay? He was born in Malmö, Sweden, where he joined the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and then immigrated to Utah in 1869.
Wow.
My wife's ancestors are all from Malmö. They also joined the church, and they came to Utah at the exact same time as your great-great-grandfather. They had to have known each other.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He first settled in Huntsville and worked as a farm laborer, but he was actually a jeweler and a watchmaker by trade. He had learned that in Sweden and continued to learn it in the United States.
I didn't know that. That's
His first store was on 371 23rd Street in Ogden, Utah. Is this news to you?
That is news to me, although I might have been told. I don't have a great memory. I might have been told, but no, that's...
Now, the cool thing is, when I looked this up on Google Maps, this same address is where Jill's and my favorite Mexican restaurant is in Ogden.
That's awesome. I'm going to have to go. We're going to have to go. Family, we're going to have to go up there and try it out. We love Mexican.
And when you go, ask for some sort of founder's discount or something. Okay? Okay. Then the store moved to the other location in Ogden, and that's where it is here.
Wow, okay.
He later moved to Colorado to be with his son for a while, came back to Utah, and there he passed away. Colorado is my homeland as well, right?
Right.
What I love about this story is, first of all, it's simple. We don't have some big swashbuckling, he's just lived a wonderful, profound life.
Right.
And while that's simple, it can be very profound for you.
Yeah. It makes you want to go back and find out more.
Exactly.
For sure.
And it connects you and I in 3 ways we didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't know we were connected with Malmö.
Right.
We didn't know we were connected with Colorado.
Yep.
And we didn't know we were connected with a Mexican restaurant in Ogden.
Restaurant. Let's go. Yeah.
Sonoma Grill. Okay, so now let me quickly identify and thank the defenders, the midfielders, and the forwards that made this little discovery possible, okay?
Okay.
We thank the census walkers The census takers who walked in the streets of Ogden back in 1870 and 1880. Those that created, preserved, and published the city directory of Ogden in 1879. The archivists at the National Archive. The photographers who took all these photos that we saw. By the way, have you ever played against Weber State recently?
We just did on Saturday. Last Saturday, we just played them.
And
one of my former players is an assistant there, so we like
that right?
State. Yes.
How'd you do?
We won, of course.
Good.
Of course.
Next time you play them,
yes.
Still win.
Yes.
But then thank them.
I will, yeah.
Thank them because they're the ones that preserved those photos so you and I could discover them.
Awesome.
So thank you, Weber State. We thank the microfilm operators back in the 50s, and then later on, those that digitized the microfilm. We thank all the workers at FamilySearch and their industry friends like Ancestry who actually worked together on those collections. We thank the indexers, we thank the project managers, we thank the engineers, and the countless contributors who have added what they know to build your family tree and to build the profile of your great-great-grandfather Bent. I could go on, but friends, I hope you see how good you really are. We're indebted to all of you family history defenders, midfielders, and forwards. Thank you for adding what you know to the game and for doing your part. Just like a championship team, it takes all of you to bless Jennifer's life and the lives of millions of others around the world. So together, let's do what Jennifer says. Let's score first, score early, and score again as we connect generations, turn hearts, and bring joy through family discovery. Now, Jennifer, I have one more. Have you seen this?
All right.
All right, so
let's go.
Here's the question.
Okay.
Have you seen this?
What? What in the world? Look
It's
who it is.
me.
He's been there the whole time. Can you believe that?
You guys are really long-winded.
Yes, we are.
Oh my goodness.
We stretched it out as much as we could. Ladies and gentlemen, Kirby Hayborn.
Thank you, RootsTech. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jennifer. You did it. Thank you. I'm here. Ooh. Oh my goodness. RootsTech 2026. The things we do. Here we go. So glad that everybody's here. I've got a ball for this section right here. Welcome to 2026, you guys. This is an exciting time. How is everybody doing today? Whew, I'll catch my breath. What an exciting time, my favorite time of year. This, my birthday and my anniversary and Christmas. I'm Kirby Hayborn, and it is so good to see a room so full of people that love family history, that love genealogy, and to know that so many of you are joining us from around the world. What started at RootsTech, it was by FamilySearch, and you know, Steve Rockwood really lit the fuse. We're gonna score those goals, we're gonna do it all together. And if that's just the warm-up, then imagine what the next few days are gonna feel like. So get ready, because this year is something really special. Our theme for this year, do you know what it is? Together, yes. Together is when your grandmother's recipe, your cousin's photo, and a record from halfway across the world all connect, and suddenly your family story comes alive. This year is all about sharing the experience. Millions of people all over the world, they're participating with you. All of us, we're stepping into this same moment to learn and to celebrate together. To help connect us all, we have an incredible group of 10 global MCs. They're hosting our online audiences in multiple languages. They're helping everyone feel seen, heard, and included. So whether you're joining from Seoul or Sydney, Nairobi or New Delhi, Buenos Aires, or right here in Salt Lake City, welcome to RootsTech. Everybody in the room, I'd love to give a huge welcome to our friends around the world. Let's do that. Let's say welcome. You guys have more energy than that. Welcome! I love it. Thank you. Speaking of friends around the world, let me tell you about one of my favorite global MCs. She's from Brazil. Her name is Nicole Luz, and she's going to introduce us to one of our first virtual keynote speakers this year. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome Nicole Luz.
E aí, pessoal, tudo bem? I said hi. Hi! It's so exciting to be here at RootsTech with you all. You know, RootsTech, it's all about family, and it's really special for me because do you know who I met here at RootsTech 2 years ago? My now husband. So, our next virtual keynote highlight comes from my home country of Brazil and features someone who understands what it means to inspire millions, unite a nation, and build community through passion. Not to mention, he knows the power of how a simple ball can bring people together. Yes, he's a football icon. He's also a father, a grandfather, and a storyteller by heart. So, get ready to experience the story of Brazilian soccer legend, Zico.
Eu me chamo Arthur Antunes Coimbra, no meio do futebol conhecido como Zico. Comecei no futebol com 14 anos de idade, no Flamengo. Joguei 10 anos na seleção brasileira. A minha infância foi maravilhosa, né? Eu acho que tudo aquilo que meus pais puderam oferecer para a gente ter a liberdade e com isso acabar criando uma personalidade, né, de tomar as tuas decisões próprias, a infância teve um valor muito grande no nosso crescimento. Minha mãe era aquela coisa da dona de casa, né? Cuidava de tudo. E meu pai era um alfaiate, um perfeccionismo impressionante. E esse perfeccionismo dele, eu levei pro futebol.
Doesn't that make you just want to head to rootstech.org and watch the full video? You guys, they are fantastic this year. Our team has done such a spectacular job. We have so many remarkable virtual keynotes this year, and we made it so easy for you. You just scan this QR code, and it'll take you straight there. It'll come up in a second. Or you can go to rootstech.org. I'll cut to the chase. It's really just going to take you to rootstech.org. So, for our in-person attendees, there's going to be lunchtime screenings of these full-length virtual keynotes in Ballroom B. So it's now my pleasure to introduce Howard Hockhauser. He's the president and CEO of Ancestry, but more importantly, he's a fellow historian. Like so many of us here, Howard's passion for genealogy is deeply personal, and it continues to shape Ancestry. So please join me in welcoming Howard Hockhauser. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It is really an honor to be here with all of you at RootsTech. In addition to being CEO of Ancestry, I'm also a passionate family historian, just like all of you. And this is my tree. And this is a picture of me and my brothers, which I added to my tree back in 2009. And this is a picture of our mom, Laurel. She was, and still is today, a very strong woman, raising 4 boys in all. But what we didn't know for most of our lives is that she's also a daredevil that jumped out of planes. I found this article about my mom on Ancestry's newspapers.com. It talks about how there was a bomb scare on a plane and everyone had to evacuate using the emergency slides. Well, my mom was afraid to jump down because she was pregnant with me. And that right there is my favorite part of genealogy, the rich content and the way it helps us turn records into real stories about real people. With that in mind, I'd love to share a story about my mom's mother, my grandmother Ruth, using just a few examples of the incredible content that I found on Ancestry. I first found my grandmother in the 1940 census, where she was living in Brooklyn, New York, with my grandfather and my mom. And because Ancestry has a photo of every building in New York City from that same year, I even knew what the apartment she lived in actually looked like. And from that census record, I also learned that my grandmother grew up in Poland and immigrated to the United States at age 13. Let's experience that part of her story through our new Ancestry AI audio story feature. That should have played the audio story. Well, I will play it for you at some future date. But it truly is one of the most addictive features on the site. So this is an interesting record. As I continued my family history journey, I uncovered records from my grandmother's early life. This is one of the most meaningful pieces of those records. It's her 5th grade report card, which I was lucky enough to get from Poland, and then uploaded it to Ancestry using our AI tools. And as it turns out, she was, for the most part, a good and sufficient student. So apparently, academic excellence really doesn't run in our family. But stories like these are a reminder that genealogy isn't just about records alone. It's about turning pieces of the past into stories that live on. And at Ancestry, that's what we exist to do at Ancestry. We connect everyone with their past so they can discover, preserve, and share their unique family stories. Because it's the stories that matter. They're really what make history personal. And they're what connect us to generations. And content is what makes those stories possible. Historical records and the content that you all contribute every day to the site. Together, they power discoveries. They bring family stories to life and turn records into meaning. And at Ancestry, we are deeply committed to that. We have the most online content in the industry, and we continue to invest to bring you more records, more discoveries, and more moments like the ones I just shared. So I've been an Ancestry user for a long time, and in the past year alone, I've benefited greatly from these new content additions. I received 831 new hints in 2025. And fully 25% of those hints, 200 hints, came from new content collections that we added last year. And all the work that I did on my tree helped 64 other users that are likely in this audience. So today, Ancestry adds on average about 10 million records a day, and 65% of those records are unique to Ancestry. In 2025 alone, we added nearly 250 new content collections, totaling more than 4 billion records. I'd have to stand up here for 2 days just to read them all, and I'm guessing nobody wants me to do that. So we really do have some exciting collections launching this next year. So some numbers. Over the past 17 years since I first joined the company, we have invested $400 million in content. And importantly, over the next 15 years, we plan to invest an additional $450 million in content. That's almost $1 billion dedicated to helping you all make more discoveries about the people and stories you care about most. We're not just adding records, we're making them work harder for you through better search, smarter hints, and storytelling tools. And here at RootsTech, you can see that commitment in real action. Yes, that's definitely worth clapping for. You could see that coming to life in the records we're sharing, the products we're building, and the genealogists who are here to help you every step of the way. So I hope you will join us at the Ancestry booth and at the amazing classes our genealogists, Krista, Lisa, and Nika are hosting over the next couple of days. Thank you so much for being part of this community. And really, thank you for trusting us with your family stories. I can't wait to see what you all do next. Thank you.
Nailed it. Thank you, Howard, and thank you, Ancestry, for always deepening family connections and bringing people together through the stories that we share.